Hi, diddly ho, neighbors. It's Dominic D'Angelo. It's Rumor and Innuendo. I'm of Ad Free Shows. No, not of AdFreeShows.com anymore.
Good
I'm
Lord.
Studio1Sports.com, podcast Heat Wrestling. And I'm here with Mr. Robert Karpelis, WE Creative _ish. Robert, happy Wednesday to you. Hey, you know what that means, don't you?
That you're going to screw up the intro? Yes.
Oh, I did.
Aw.
Hey, guess who's behind me now?
I still see Kevin Green.
Yes?
I think you underestimate how small that screen is that you're on my device.
I'll bring it a little closer. Oh, who is it? Who is it?
And then you moved him off camera. Hold on. See, now you got the dog all riled up. I hope you're happy.
Oh, come on. You got to know this now.
What?
Who is it? Robert.
What? Are you showing me Emmett Smith? Is that the point?
Yes. Fellow Gator alumni Emmett
Sorry,
Smith.
yes, fellow Gator alumni Emmett Smith. I apologize. I was trying to make sure that the link was up because of the StreamYard situation. And you're like, I can't tell that you're... Let's say hi to the folks in the chat.
Let's.
What a seamless, smooth production this is here today. Cami Star says, after morning, and Wanna Breeze says, hello, and I'm glad to be back live after missing a few live shows due to fixing water main breaks. I don't know if that's a euphemism.
Is that a Blue Chew segue?
You stepped on it, man. You stepped all over it. But guys,
look at Marty.
If you already know, Marty knows what time it is. It's time to level up. And Blue Chew just dropped something crazy. I'm talking next level championship belt gold plated energy. Blue Chew Gold is the newest innovation from the #1 chewable ED brand. This ain't your grandpa's little blue pill. This is the 4-in-1 beast incarnate that's setting the gold standard for performance. We're talking 2 ingredients for blood flow to keep that rocket pumping, mixed with apomorphine and oxytocin to turn up the arousal and connection in your brain and body. We've got a special deal for our listeners. Get 10% off your first month of Blue Chew Gold with promo code RUMOR. That's promo code RUMOR. Visit BlueChew.com for more details and important safety information. And we thank Blue Chew for sponsoring this episode of Rumor and Innuendo.
Yes, thank you, Blue Chew. Jeff Hanger does clarify it's his shoe shop, so thankfully it's not his house. That'd be bad times.
Okay, that's good.
That'd be real bad times.
And E throwing up a was up, damn it, Dom.
Yes. Well, good to see everybody. And I'm sure everybody's excited for tonight because guess what? It's AEW Dynamite. It is AEW Dynamite, Robert. Are you ready?
So excited, and I just can't hide it. I'm so excited, and I just can't hide it.
Yeah.
I hope they sue you.
Well, we might get a copyright flag on us. We'll find out.
I mean, no, we're within the 5-second realm. We're fine.
Yeah, we're okay. We're okay.
Also, it'd be very tough to show that we're profiting off of the use of that song. Yes. I don't think people are tuning in solely to hear Pointer Sister, needle drops.
Needle drops, yes.
But, sometimes they are. Raw was in Memphis. Was that why the thing on the... Did you not change the crawl on the bottom?
Oh, shoot, I didn't change it. Shoot.
I love it. Guys, this is why this is the best. Now I'm so excited.
Bear with me here.
You're fine. I don't even know what you have teed up for the show today. I jumped on from another call. I see the name of this episode is Kenny versus Swerve.
Yes. What a swerve indeed, Robert. We did not expect that to happen on AEW Dynamite, but we're getting it for free before AEW Revolution.
Well, you said before AEW Revolution. AEW Revolution isn't until next month, right?
Yeah, but still, you could build to it, right? Am I wrong on that?
Well, there's always the possibility that this match is going to lead to a bigger match down the line. So maybe we get a non-finish, and I don't know if you're aware of this. Tony Khan every once in a while goes with stipulations.
Oh, that is true. He does tend to lean towards that, doesn't he?
He does, and that's okay. That's what he does.
What horrible act of violence do you think will perpetuate this storyline, Robert?
I don't know if maybe he's going to burn down someone's sublet. Maybe
what about Kenny's video game room?
Maybe a yurt. We're going to involve a casita.
What? Wait, you're speaking foreign to me. What is that?
A casita. It's another term for like a patio.
Oh, okay. Mm. I never heard of
I
it.
got nothing. I love how you just trampled on that joke, and then like you're like, wait, what is this? Just roll with it, my man. Um, Kenny and Swerve. It's interesting because they also need to try to make this Hangman MJF situation interesting, and this is probably going to have ramifications because these guys are. One is sort of Hangman's friend, and the other is sort of Hangman's no longer mortal enemy.
Yes. So where does Hangman come into play with this when we have
Dude,
him?
I don't know. You know, it's I was having this conversation with Scott Chaplin yesterday
Yes,
on the Working Stiff Patreon, which should be up now.
it is.
There was a pause there. I love that momentary nervous pause.
No,
And
it's
I
up.
said, like, there is a possibility, there is a world where AEW could eat WWE's lunch if they position all these guys properly. They certainly have all the pieces in the right place. You have a healthy Swerve, you have a healthy Hangman, you've got Ospreay who's on his way back. Takeshita and Kyle Fletcher have never looked better. Moxley is seemingly finding the right lane for him.
Yes.
They could make a run this year. If they told stories clearly and concisely like what we saw on the Collision Grand Slam. So today they need to explain to the audience why we're having Kenny versus Swerve. What is the outcome? It's not just going to be a straight up match with a pin because one guy winning, one guy losing doesn't do anybody any favors. So I don't know that Swerve has other allies because Kenny's got the Bucks
Yes.
who are floating around out there. Is it possible these guys start fighting and the Don Callis family descends and attacks everybody? Or do you just, the enemy of my enemy is my friend, let them tear each other apart?
Gosh, yeah. I mean, but Robert, you lay out a great potential road to success for them here. It is if they tighten up the ship in a lot of ways. You think about the situation that we talked about with WWE last night or yesterday, and they're where are they going? What are they doing here? They don't seem to have some sort of direction. WrestleMania is obviously taking place again in Vegas, but you look ahead till next year. After this WrestleMania, the next one's going to be in Saudi Arabia. They're going to be gone, and so the AEW can, if they hone up and they tighten up their ship, I think you got a point about them being in the right direction at the very least, and really taking a shot at them. That wasn't possible before, I don't think.
But at the same time, there are still guys that are just weirdly mismanaged. I
Yes.
think you look at Darby Allin, got left in the middle of the desert to die, and then was at the Super Bowl a couple of days later with Swerve.
Hey, that's
And
nice.
his follow-up is that he's feuding with guys who are tangentially connected to the Death Riders, who are now a kindler, gentler, more fuzzy, friendly, happy, shining Death Riders.
Yes, like the REM song, "Shiny Happy People."
That explains your haircut, yes.
Yeah,
You do have the Michael Stipe haircut.
I did. I said I would play Michael Stipe in a biopic.
Yeah.
Yes, I almost said Skype, like the streaming service. Robert, guess where they're at tonight, by the way.
Well, since they were in Australia on Saturday, I would imagine that they're probably going to want to be somewhere on the West Coast. So let's say Eugene, Oregon.
Ooh, not bad, Robert. Not bad. But they are in Sacramento, California.
I almost guessed the sack.
The sack almost got the sack. Hey, look, will we see Mike Bibby tonight?
That is a deep pull.
Isn't it?
What else do they have
Just
announced for this
throw
show?
out
So I know. I would love to watch whoever does the Chiron there to try to have to spell Stojakovic.
Oh my goodness! Yes.
Good luck
They're
on that.
They're
Dom would
definitely
screw up the first name. That's why we love Dom.
100%.
We know that there's going to be an MJF Hangman face to face, where I'm guessing the narrative is going to be, hey, Hanger, the only way that you beat Andrade was by a low blow because you're a cheat and you're a coward and you're not a real man like I am.
Yes.
And I beat Brody free and clear.
Yes, I think that could very much happen. And that's a good lane to go in. I think MJF can elevate Hangman to a level that hopefully is more engaging than what we were used to from his previous title run. So I mean, at least that's going for it, and I think that makes a lot of sense in regards to what they're doing in the main title picture. So I'm okay with it, Robert.
So what else we got on this here card?
Yes. What else we have is the Brawling Birds make their television debut. Who are the Brawling Birds? What did I miss here?
The hell's a Brawling Birds?
I don't know. It's a tag team, Robert. And my cat's doing something. So 1 second while
I'm going to go look up what the Brawling Birds AEW. This is. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out. This is Jamie Hayter and Alex Windsor.
So
they have a name.
They have a name. Are they really making a debut though? Like they've been on, both of them been on the show.
Yeah, but we haven't seen them as a team officially with an avian name.
I don't know. Well, all right. I guess.
It's a good tag team. Obviously we have Megan Bain and the new tall lady.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
Something Cross.
Yes, Alexa Cross. Is that her name?
Sure, why not? I don't think that's her name, but let's go ahead and guess as much. Hold on, I think I have it in the notes from the other day from when we watched Collision.
Alex Cross.
Lena Cross.
Lena. Oh.
Alex Cross is the detective.
Oh, that's right.
Just got your finger right on the pulse. All right, so there's that. Someone said there was going to be a TBS title match on this show.
Speaking of the ladies, we have the ladies in a match here. The TBS Championship Fatal 4-Way, Robert. Will Nightingale defends her title against Megan Bain, Marina Shafir, and Mina Shirakawa. Yes. Is a title change afoot?
I would love to see the title get taken off of her since you've got multiple championships residing on one person. That's kind of the problem that you have with the 6-man title, since Hangman has jet speed with him. And see, rather than put the thing, you sent me a link to a website whose name we're not going to discuss with a Sean Ross Sapp. We're not going to discuss. 9 pop-ups came up on my screen. I said, you know what, the hell with it.
Yes, it's a little overwhelming.
Well, usually you put it in the email. Usually you're see, thankfully Devin Dowling put Megan, Marina, Mina, and Willow. Devin Dowling, best producer we have on this show right now. Let's be honest.
Thanks for the help, Devin. I appreciate it.
Yeah, the fact that Megan Bain attacked Harley and Willow after the match, they have their issues. Obviously, Marina Shafir not happy with what happened in the someone getting shaved bald match. This, I guess, will be a way to bring out Yuta and his bald head, which he looks better with a shaved head anyway. So it's kind of a goofy stip.
It is kind of a goofy stip, but it made a lot of sense when you saw his hair. I mean, he looked like It from the Addams Family, cousin It.
Whenever I knew him, he always had short hair, so I wasn't used to seeing him with the long hair. And Mina, remember, was abducted by Marina Shafir and Wheeler Yuta and threatened at scissor point. And instead, now everybody's happy because, they shaved his head and it's silly.
Yeah, it's all silly. Hey, I like the original version of Yuta coming into AEW where he had the duster jacket and all that stuff. I like the look. I like the vibe he was going with. And I want to get that Wheeler back. Let's get that Wheeler back, huh?
Get him back in his Wheeler house.
Yeah.
We know that the number one contenders for the tag titles are the Young Bucks. And they're going to be eventually going up against FTR, which I guess is happening at the pay-per-view. Have they solidified the matches that are going on?
I don't believe so. I haven't seen anything regarding what's going on.
This is one where I wouldn't be surprised if all of a sudden it just pops up on a Collision graphic.
Yes, I could very much imagine that happening, actually, Robert. But who knows?
Well, there's also we need to see the follow through with Brody. Brody had a lot of heat going into this Collision match, not just because of the ice stuff, which I know got covered on last week's Night with John Oliver. But the fact that they were building him up as this sort of unstoppable monster, there's no reason not to keep him in the fold, in the fray, in some form or fashion. So maybe it's Brody versus Andrade, the guys who both feel that they've been wronged in one way or the other, and they both want another shot. Wouldn't be mad at that.
Were you shocked? You made the prediction perhaps that Buddy Matthews was going to show up at Grand Slam.
I thought so, because that seemed like a pretty good out and a good way to bring a guy in who's sort of a home country guy. Yeah. Which it'll be interesting to see how they decide to bring him back.
His injury was pretty severe, wasn't it?
It was, but it's been a while that he's been on the shelf. So I don't, I know JD McDonough's injury seemed pretty severe, and he was back on Raw this week.
Yeah, he was too.
And Seth Rollins' injury was severe, and we saw a masked man who clearly was Seth Rollins and not Grayson Waller.
Oh yes.
I love that. The people post like the pictures from the crowd, and they're like, hey, "This looks like this is Grayson Waller." Yes, I don't think that they took the time to fly Seth Rollins out in a mask to have him do the curb stomp if he's not 100% cleared.
Yeah, right.
And when we ultimately get the reveal, it ain't gonna be worth it. It's kind of like this crate. And the more that people talk about the crate, the more that I'm convinced it's going to probably wind up being like Danhausen.
I'm all right with that, Robert. 100%. I'm all right.
You would be all right.
Why wouldn't you be though? Why wouldn't you be? Because I think weren't we talking about the value that WWE could make out of somebody like Danhausen that AEW did not capitalize on?
Yes, but as we discussed, wrestling fans are nuanced, measured, calm, and rational. And when you present them something like, here's a mystery box that's going to open in 2 weeks, everyone on the planet is convinced it's going to be Chris Jericho. And if it's not Chris Jericho, everyone's going to be mad.
I don't know about that, Robert. I think people would really like it.
The other question I feel like would wind up coming up in the room is, does the wider WWE audience know who Danhausen is?
That's a fair question. Definitely fair. I do think there is that kind of a little bit of a concern for that. I think if you were to present him in that manner where he pops out of a box, you'd have to set it up in the right way that people immediately like him, even that don't know him. I don't know how you do that, but I'm sure there's a way, right? Right?
Dude, I'm not quite sure what they're doing. Anthony Manzano asks, is WWE turning Stephanie Vaquer heel and Liv babyface? I'm confused. You're not the only one. I'm somewhat dumbfounded as to what it is that they're doing, what that segment was this week with Stephanie and Liv.
Yes.
I think Stephanie Vaquer is a more effective babyface than a heel. The audience really likes her. Her offense lends itself to being a babyface offense. Not to mention the fact Liv Morgan is great as the heel leader of the Judgment Day. And it really feels like coming off of Elimination Chamber, if and when Finn Balor, who's going at this alone, fails, the rest of Judgment Day is going to take him out. And we're going to probably set up Demon Finn Balor versus Dominic Mysterio.
Which is high quality stuff. I would love that. Especially for WrestleMania. I would love that.
It's a strong WrestleMania match for sure. Devin Dowling says, my nephew who doesn't watch wrestling was at my house and goes, hey, that girl looks like Margot Robbie. You've seen the pictures, I'm sure, that Liv Morgan was at the Barbie world premiere and the two of them took pictures with each other.
No, I did not see that.
I don't know what glitch in the Matrix created, like Liv Morgan, Margot Robbie, and Jamie Presley all look almost identical. It's very, very strange.
It is strange.
There is some Bella-style twin magic going on there.
Hey, to pivot back real quick to Dynamite, I did want to make note. I had a friend, and she's a non-wrestling fan. She's completely unfamiliar with any type of wrestling kind of stuff.
Let's give our audience a chance to pause on this. Dom has a friend.
I do.
That is not someone he hosts a podcast with.
Correct. She tuned in. 2 standout names for her that she watched. Takeshita and Brody King were the 2 big names. And she hated MJF. And I was like, that was his job. So, but she liked it. She liked AEW. So, like, you're talking about kind of in hopes of getting momentum and AEW getting on the right track. And, so you're able to capture a non-fan like that. That's good signs and good indications, too, at the same time.
That was, way, way back when in the company whose name we don't ever name on this program. When we had our first big show, I took my wife, who's not a wrestling fan, to see who she gravitated to, who she thought was the most interesting. Obviously, MJF, she was kind of already, she already kind of knew a little bit about what was going on with that. She really liked Darby. She thought Darby was kind of interesting and a unique character, and there was something to him. So it's always fun when you have a non-wrestling fan who tunes in and what pops for them. Brody King is a dude who you see him, he is impressive. He has a different look than everybody else. So I would imagine so. And Takeshita is he's got a main event look.
The thing I always think about, and like the foreign aspect of it all, the lost in translation aspect, that always kind of gets me concerned when you put a talent like that out there. How will they engage with an audience member that's just a casual fan? Like, if you're ardent and you're really into the, reading the dirt sheets and all that stuff, somebody like Takeshita will stand out to you. But if you're just an outsider that kind of comes in. So I was kind of surprised, but pleasantly surprised by that aspect.
That's a big key piece. The other key piece is a simple to tell story.
Mm-hmm.
Why guy A doesn't like guy B. And it's why titles are the most effective way to tell stories. It's, do we need a lot for the Hangman MJF story to make sense? Not really. It's MJF has the title. Hangman wants it back. Hangman won the chance to get it. MJF obviously doesn't want to lose it. We'll go from there.
One's good, one's bad, basically. Simple.
One's good, one's bad. We know the match is going to be good. And we know that the show is probably going to have other elements. And knowing Tony Khan, there'll be 13 matches, 11 of which will be announced the Wednesday before.
Correct.
And then we'll be there and be like, what do you mean you didn't know Mercedes Moné came back in a X promo in a 30-second vignette that was launched on TikTok 2 days before, and she's taking on Red Velvet? How did you not know that this was the most important match? You know how I didn't know? Because Don probably forgot to put it in an email.
I did.
Sometimes you link it. I was excited to see our friends over at World Wrestling Entertainment announced a new PLE destination.
Hey, yes, they did, Robert.
I would have thought this would have been your like top story, dude, given your hat and everything.
I know. Guess what, everybody? WWE is headed to Italy. That's correct. Sunday, May 31st, WWE announced Clash in Italy. So this will take place at the Turin and Napoli Arena as WWE embarks on a major European tour. Yes, get excited for that. I wonder what kind of kitschy. Well, we get a return of Santino Marella, Robert, for this.
The Milan Miracle?
The Milan Miracle, man.
I hope not.
What?
Why would no? I don't think you need Santino for that. I feel like the timing of announcing this now, while the eyes of the world are turned to Italy, smart decision. Going there over that post-Mania lull in the May, June, July corridor is a smart idea, because that crowd is going to be white hot. Yes. Versus if you went to, let's just say, Kansas City, might not be as plugged in. So smart idea on their part, good timing, good location. We'll see what we end up getting. I mean, Clash in Paris was a blast. Dug that show last year.
That was a great show. Have you been to Italy, Robert?
Yes.
Ooh,
I've been twice. What do I think? Here's a hot take. It's a lovely place. Art, culture, decent pizza.
Great people.
I mean, the people who are still there, yes. The ones who left.
Perhaps you met a relative that I didn't know.
I would love to meet the D'Angelo ancestor who said, this is some of the most beautiful country in the world. Let's leave and go to Pittsburgh.
Yeah. Well, actually, Ridgeway, Pennsylvania.
We don't need Venice.
we need Pennsylvania.
We need Western Pennsylvania.
Hey, Bruno came over here, so he had the right mindset.
Okay, but you know why Bruno came over here.
Correct.
Yeah. It was.
By the way, I think me and Bruno are actually from the same area of Italy. My lineage is from there. Well,
yours must have been near the nuclear power plant to explain things, but
I'm like the Danny DeVito, and he's the Arnold Schwarzenegger. Everybody.
That's one thing I am kind of shocked about is since Hunter has taken over, I would have thought there would have been more Bruno influences somewhere, video packages, maybe another documentary, something.
That's a great point. Yeah, I didn't even think about that. And like, just you think about who he was trained by, Killer Kowalski, and that kind of lineage, like Loves Harley Race.
He's the guy who facilitated the Bruno induction into the Hall of Fame. I feel like when you control the WWE, you get to control the entire narrative. across the board.
Right.
And being able to highlight those legends, like Vince for years was able to push Andre and Classy Freddie Blassie as these were the all-time performers. They're tremendous performers, but I think a lot of the younger audiences wouldn't know who Andre is if it wasn't for Vince constantly ensuring it's Andre, it's Andre, it's Andre. We're going to keep bringing Freddie Blassie, and we're going to use Freddie Blassie quite a bit. Whereas if it was other people, may have been more of the Grand Wizard. I think if Heyman had more of a say, we'd see a lot more of the Grand Wizard. If it was Jim Ross, I'm sure it'd be a Cowboy.
Yeah.
Well, Cowboy Bill watched it. Don't Google him. Don't. His words don't mean what you think.
I should get the Hank Aaron starting line figure behind me.
Hank Aaron responsible for my all-time favorite WCW moment when they brought him in to present a Battle Bowl ring to Sting.
Yes.
And he is in the ring, and we had to edit this when it was a WWE. And for whatever reason, this became legend in the halls. He gives Sting the ring and says, "Congratulations." No idea why. Congratulations became the go-to phrase anytime somebody had any successes. Anthony Manzano asked another question. What are your thoughts on Nikki Blackheart getting a tryout in WWE? And do you think that she is a perfect WWE female competitor? She is a CCW competitor, Coastal Championship Wrestling. So I've gotten a chance to see Nikki through my work with BRCW. I'm really excited to see if WWE goes ahead and snaps her up. I did see at the NXT taping, she was in attendance, as was Richard Holiday.
Most marketable.
Whom I worked with many a year ago at a undisclosed location.
Richard Holiday, I am so shocked he hasn't been on a mainstream promotion as of this juncture.
Well, he did have some health issues for a little while that had taken him away. So I feel like that probably was the hiccup as to why he wasn't immediately plugged back in to a mainstream promotion. But definitely has a great look and is finally kind of leaning into he's funnier than he realizes.
He's so funny that he really made that faction between him, MJF, and Alex Hammerstone of the promotion we will not mention on here.
We're not going to talk about that stable or anyone who may have produced segments involving that stable and how they ultimately feel about it. But what we can say confidently is that we will be back tomorrow, as we are every Monday through Friday at noon Eastern on a plethora of platforms, we hope, including the WWE Creative _ISH X account, the @Dominic D'Angelo X account, the @SE Scoops X account, maybe, as well as on YouTube, on Studio One Sports and Podcast Heat. So on behalf of the man who for some reason is wearing the skin of Winnie the Pooh as a sweater, Dominic D'Angelo, I'm Robert Karpolis. Best of luck in your future endeavors.
That's a Rocky Balboa hoodie, everybody. Shout out to Richard Holiday. I'm drinking coffee.
Shh.